Peter, you were saying what you want out of the next Xbox is the perfect gaming console.
You didn't get that
The
today,
ultimate
did
gaming
you?
console.
Well, no. I mean, a lot of the conference was focused on everything else that the Xbox can do. Fascinating, and I want to try it out as it was. It didn't feel like it was the ultimate gaming console. There were a lot of questions in my mind. Is it going to be always on? Is it going to be always on? Is it going to require an internet connection? I think we can possibly say yes, it is.
All indications seemed, from repeated use of the term cloud to connected, it sure seems like it, and they failed to directly address the question. They did not come out and say, you will be able to play this even whether you're at home in the, in the wilds of the forest without an internet connection.
Yeah.
So it would seem to indicate this may in fact be an always online console.
Which is fine. Which is fine to be always online as long as the benefits are there.
Right.
And the investment in servers, that was pretty impressive. I mean, there's something more behind that than just driving, voice search. And so, they've upped the number of servers they've got. So it sounds like there's some stuff there that could be exciting.
But the public backlash, as these always online rumors have been floating for weeks, if not months now, has been just unbelievably venomous. People do not want this. Is this a case, Peter, do you think, where once it happens and people do it and they'll get used to it and it'll be fine, or is this really a problem if it's always online?
I think if always online means some form of billing thing, or if it means that it's there for your analytics for Microsoft's purposes, then that backlash is justified. If it means advances in the way you interact with your friends, where you interact with the experience, if it's tangible differences in gaming, and if that tangible differences means better gaming and more gaming in the future, then I think that backlash will die down. But the proof is going to have to be at E3, I think, when they're going to have to come out and say, here is the reasons why it needs to be always online.
So it's almost like the opposite of Sony, where Sony came out and said, we've got a ton of games, here they are, we want to give you reasons to buy this console as a gamer, whereas Microsoft, but they didn't show the box, and people were like, okay, what is it, how much is it, when? But Microsoft has almost done the opposite, where it's, okay, here's everything it can do. Here's the box.
Yes,
We're gonna.
that's right.
It's cool
That's the
looking,
thing I with.
which I guess we should talk about. But the games. Wait another couple weeks till E3.
We didn't see a game in the presentation until 33 minutes in, and it was an underwhelming, EA Sports.
Yeah, unless you count the wireframe tech demos that were the worst, easily the low point of the conference.
Yeah, there is no question in my mind any longer what Xbox is. It is not just a gaming platform.
No.
It is a broad entertainment device.
And to be
that
fair,
also plays games.
Yeah.
Playing games is one of the things that it does.
And for better or for worse, this is in accordance with Microsoft's plan. You may agree with it, you may not. But from Peter, you can attest, from the beginning of the Xbox project in 2000, 2001, it was their stated goal was, we want to be the centerpiece. We want to dominate your living room. 360 took a step towards that. This is pushing their chips all in.
Absolutely. I mean, let's make this clear. The whole reason they got into the console space was to own the living room.
Yeah.
And that they say again and again, we want to own the living room. We want to be input one. They want to throw away all of your remote controls and replace them all with Xbox. And this is what this was all about. And it's a little bit scary for us gamers, because we wonder if gaming is going to become secondary. Although I have to say, the geek inside me really liked that fast switching stuff. I absolutely loved the ability of going between TV and playing games and Skypes.
You mentioned that. This is one thing that I took notice of. Tell me if you guys agree. If we've got that sort of fast switching to get to any game you want quickly, to say it or just do it, so this has to mean, maybe this ties in with the always online, games will come on physical media on that Blu-ray drive, but they will be installed, they will be authenticated, and then you will not need a disc again. You can just say, play Halo, and boom, it's on. Play Forza, it's on. There will not be loading of any physical media. Is that fair to say based on what we saw?
It's interesting. I tell you, there was just one reference point. You can go to your friends and take your games with you, and that was very interesting.
The cloud then.
That points to the cloud. Maybe you can buy it, fit the physical medium, and some way upload it to the cloud or upload your authentication to the cloud. So when you go around to your friend, if you've got Call of Duty or FIFA, you can just download into it. It's there's fascinating how that's going to play out.
Is a 500 gig hard drive big enough to install all of your games on?
Not if they're 25 or 30 gigs a piece, right? I mean, that's what a Blu-ray.
500 gig is nothing these days. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a laptop which isn't pushing 500 gig, and we're talking terabytes.
We've gone from the Xbox 360 launched with a 20 gigabyte hard drive in 2005 to now 500 gigs, and yet that's nowhere near. Did we need a terabyte? Do we need a terabyte here?
We always need terabytes.